it's just Andrew. What's going on?
Hey, what's up? I found this like VHS player. There's a tape stuck inside. I'm trying to get it out so we can watch Baywatch.
Oh, you sure that's gonna work?
Yes, Joe, it's going to work.
It just looks like you're...
This is very technical stuff you wouldn't understand.
What's that supposed to mean?
Got it. See, I told you this would work.
Whatever.
The heck is movie milk? What's that?
Movie? I don't know. Let's pop it in and find out.
All right. Welcome back to Movie Milk, everybody. I'm your host, Scuggs Butterman.
And I'm Michael Tubuloso.
And today we're talking about a new movie just hit cinema. With everybody's favorite comedy actor, Tom Hanks. I will never be able to take this dude seriously, no matter what he does. The movie is Splash. And in it, our boy Tom Hanks totally Frenches with the mermaid.
All the time.
So, Michael, what are your thoughts on this flick?
Oh, well, let me tell you, this movie is like the E.T. of romantic comedies, with Tom Hanks in it. It's Tom Hanks just dating a fish girl. It's what more can you ask for than romantic Tom Hanks fish love?
This movie has everything. It's got the romance, it's funny, John Candy's in it. That guy is so funny. That guy's gonna live forever, dude.
Dude.
Shows no signs of slowing down.
He's in perfect health. He's in perfect health.
Phenomenal. I also like the artistic vision that the director was going for in some of the chase scenes. I also think that the shots in the water were some of the best we've seen thus far in movie history.
Yeah, and I'd have to agree with you. Yeah, I'd have to say that it was very, very, very good. Honestly, it wasn't. Maybe even better than E.T. No shaky cam. It was really solid throughout.
Absolutely, and in many ways the story is almost Shakespearean in structure, and I think that really comes through.
You know what the best part about this movie was?
What's that?
The killer waves!
The killer waves!
Oh, the killer splashes of the waves! All the time, all day, every day.
So, Michael, how many milk cartons would you give this?
Oh, milk cartons indeed! I will give it. I think this movie was almost a masterpiece. Basically a masterpiece. You know what? I think it was a masterpiece, in fact, and I'm going to say it was tubular-tastic, a 10 out of 10 movie cartons, milk cartons!
No doubt about it, brother. 10 milk cartons for me. People are going to be talking about this movie for decades to come.
All the time. No one will ever forget this movie with Tom Hanks.
No doubt about it. All right, everybody, that's it for this episode of Movie Milk. We'll see you next time.
Tubular-tastic.
Ooh, spooky.
Welcome back to Film Juice, everybody.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Andrew Canada.
And I'm Joe Dorado.
And we have got some movies to talk about, don't we, Joe?
Oh, so many.
Yep. So we wanted to do a Halloween show, kind of, but we have to talk about First Man. Very anticipated, latest movie from Damien Chazelle, who is Joe's favorite person.
One of my favorite directors, easily.
He's your boyfriend.
The movies he's directed, so he's directed Whiplash and La La Land.
And wrote both of those movies. He did not write this movie, which is interesting.
Yeah. Well, this movie's a very weird departure for him.
Well, it's just so different from those last two projects.
Yeah, it is. It definitely shows his range, if anything.
Certainly.
But this movie is so different from his other ones, for sure. Like, Whiplash had to do with music, and La La Land was a musical, so of course. But this movie is just basically... It's telling a true story about Neil Armstrong, and how it came to be that he was the first man to walk on the moon.
Allegedly.
It was allegedly.
No, I believe in the moon landing.
Yeah, but and that's what the movie is. And going into this movie and seeing the trailers, I was excited for it right off the bat because it's Damien Chazelle.
No doubt.
The thing that threw me off guard when I saw the trailers and I saw it was directed by him was. It is such a weird movie for him to direct that I didn't know how it would turn out. And also, it seems like a weird premise for a movie because we already know what happens. You know what I mean?
We think we know what happened. But also, this is so much more in-depth
no,
than,
it
like,
is.
hey, you know Neil Armstrong?
Exactly.
That guy went to the moon.
Yeah,
and
but I was
like,
worried.
All right.
I was worried that
you get the whole story. You get the whole story here.
Yeah.
Why would it? This movie is 2 hours and 21 minutes long.
When I first, I'm just saying when I first saw the trailers.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying.
I felt like he was still going to do a great job.
Oh, yeah.
But it really was. You know, part of me was like, I can't wait to hear jazz on the moon. But this worked. So I was very excited for this movie. The thing about this movie that I gotta give it, it's super well done.
It's really
spectacularly well done.
Oh my God. It's
you
crazy.
get to see so many things, and with the technology and stuff of NASA. Yeah, they pack everything in there, and all of it's not like they're just throwing stuff at you.
I didn't feel like it was a long movie, but I didn't feel like it was like, it didn't feel long. Like it was long, but like it didn't. I didn't think the pacing was bad. I should say.
At least for the beginning, I think it sagged in the middle, like a lot. In my
really?
opinion. Yeah.
I could see that.
So I want to talk about the issues that I had with this movie because I did. I did not go full. I didn't get to your level of Damien Chazelle fanboy when we were watching this movie.
Let me preface this though. Let me preface this though.
Okay.
This is easily my least favorite Damien Chazelle movie.
Yeah.
Like out of both of his other ones, it's my least favorite.
Of the three.
Well, okay, but it's definitely not as good as those ones.
No, I would agree with that. And obviously, those two are more so Whiplash, and there are elements of La La Land, but so original.
Yeah.
And this one, of course, it's based on a true story, so you have to, you're in some ways you're confined to what actually happened. Now, camera work. So it opens up with Neil in this practice machine.
Yep.
That is shot perfectly.
Yeah.
However, once he lands, the camera is still into these shaky, tight close-ups on the other people who are on the ground.
That's fair.
Not necessary.
Yeah.
It's necessary for Neil there, but as soon as they get on the ground, no. And don't talk yet. So when there are so many handheld shots that I don't think are necessary because I like to see handheld used in a way that allows the actors the freedom to roam in the space. With this movie, there were these handheld shots, and the actors were just sitting at a table. Like, you can use literally anything. You can tripod, dolly, freaking Steadicam it or anything. But it was so unnecessarily shaky at those points.
No, yeah, I'd have to agree with that.
Also, here's what I have to say. And I feel like you're going to really freak out when I say this. I hope you don't. This movie was pretty boring. Yeah.
Really?
There were parts of this movie. Like I said, it was so well done, and it was really cool to see a lot of the stuff in there. But, oh my God, I was like, this is so dry. This is the driest thing I've ever seen. This is so boring. But that being said, it's still an, excellently made movie. And the acting is exceptional.
Yeah. But okay.
It's like,
why? So what makes it dry? Can you elaborate a little bit on that? Because I can't really just work with it's dry.
It's just boring. You're sitting there and like nothing is really happening.
Are you talking about mainly in the middle?
Yeah, mainly in the middle. But also,
I disagree.
Just all the time.
I disagree. I think this movie felt. I saw a lot of comparisons with this movie as I did with when I saw The Post, and I don't think that The Post was dry. I got the same tone from this movie that I got from The Post.
The Post was more compelling.
I disagree.
The Post was absolutely more compelling.
No, it wasn't.
It absolutely was.
I completely disagree. There's no way.
There were the stakes to the characters because listen. Because The Post was a story that we weren't familiar with. Everybody knows about the moon landing.
No, yes, but the whole thing about this movie is you know about the end, but you have no idea what everything that happened to get there. That's the crazy part about this movie, and that's one of my favorite parts about this movie is the fact that you get to see
that was the whole point of this movie, was
yeah.
seeing that stuff in the middle.
Yeah, and it's crazy.
But our protagonist, the stakes for him, we knew he was going to get there.
Yes,
that doesn't make it any less enjoyable necessarily, but if we're comparing this movie to The Post...
okay. Well, I don't agree with you with that, but let me just say what I really liked about this movie that you didn't really mention. One of the best parts about this movie is, and one of the worst parts about this movie is the shaky cam, but they use it so well during these scenes.
Well, yeah, when they use it for what it's supposed to be used for.
I'm not, yes, I'm agreeing with you. But what I'm saying is when they use it in these scenes where you're actually doing the launches and everything, it is so well done. Because the thing about this movie that's amazing is they don't really focus on the exteriors, and which is very strange for a space movie.
It really is.
But I love it. I loved it.
Because you're so personal with me.
I think it was so cool to see his perspective, or anyone's perspective
That's what this movie did best, was connect you to the
and
character.
It was there was so much tension in those moments, I felt. Like, I was like, even though I knew it was going to happen, I was still like, this is crazy. And especially when I didn't know it was going to happen, because there's parts in the middle where you're tense because
you don't know the whole
with
story.
some characters. Exactly. So, like, it was just I thought it was very interesting. Also, the acting. Ryan Gosling did a great job. His character was very dry.
Yeah, I don't know how true to the actual Neil Armstrong he was, but what he did with the character was really interesting.
Yeah,
really
and
cool.
I heard that Neil Armstrong is like a very dry person, so I thought he did it fine. But I think the standout role in this movie was his wife. She did great, I thought. You really didn't think she did that good?
I think she did the best with what she had, but I think her character was poorly written.
Really?
But I think she nailed it with what she had to work with.
I disagree.
Claire
I thought
Foy.
Yeah, I really thought she did great.
We have to move on, so we can't talk about this anymore. But she does do a very good job.
Yeah, she does.
With what she has, but I think her character was poorly written. But we got to get to the ratings.
Yeah. I'd have to give it, I'm going to give it a 9 juice boxes out of 10. I thought it was fantastic.
7.5 juice boxes for me.
I thought it was amazing.
7.5 juice boxes. That's correct.
Way too low.
We're going to be right back with Halloween, so stick around. You don't want to miss that.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Because of you, I feel not alone in this world. And you let me know that it only takes one person to make you feel wanted.
I already knew that I was going to go to college, from a young age. I definitely want to major in political science, become the mayor or something, make the situation better for other people. My name is Justin, and I am your dividend.
You've messed up your son's haircut. Do you try to fix it? Work with what you've got? Or show solidarity?
Thank you, babe.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Once there was a boy who did the same thing again and again. One day, he was told he had autism. He got help and slowly learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
We just finished dinner and it was time for homework. He hates homework. I know he's bright.
Why is it so hard for me?
He's
I'm
just
trying
gotta
as
try a
hard
little
as
harder.
I can.
1 in 5 children struggle with learning and attention issues. Go from misunderstanding to understood.org.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Growing up where I did, a lot of things could have gotten in the way of my goals. But I learned to push through. And that's what I bring to work every day.
And we're back.
And we're back.
Here at Film Juice, everybody. Next movie up, Halloween.
Yeah.
The brand new Halloween. I was pumped for this movie. This is a franchise very near and dear to me and my best friend Bill Black, who introduced me to these movies. Now, this movie is interesting because there are tons of Halloween sequels. This wipes them all away.
It's a lot.
Never happened. Completely.
It's like X-Men Days of Future Past.
I guess so, but this is, you know, not in a different
Yeah.
timeline, or is it?
Or is it?
But anyways, so now it's years later, and Jamie Lee Curtis is in her role again as Laurie. Michael Myers is back. He's been institutionalized
since the first movie.
Since the first movie, since that first night.
A long time.
A very long time. He gets out. Chaos is going around. Obviously, he's killing people. And for Laurie, she's like, this is it. This is our last shot. It's me and Mikey Myers.
Yep.
Winner take all.
Yeah.
And it was, Joe, you know what? You go ahead. You start.
So I just want to preface with I'm not actually the biggest Halloween fan. I like the first movie, but that's really it, honestly. Like, I don't really.
First
I'm
movie's
just.
probably
I don't.
the best one.
And I don't
like the second one.
And I
though.
don't dislike. It's not that I dislike the series. Just it never did anything for me. I don't know. Like, I just didn't like. I wasn't super about it, anyways. But anyways, what?
If
So
it was directed by Damien Chazelle,
Oh
I bet
my
you'd be all
God!
over
Get
it.
out of here. So, anyways, so going into this movie, I didn't really have any expectations.
I was so nervous. I wanted it to be good so bad.
Yeah, I didn't really I didn't have any skin in the game, I guess. I didn't really care. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised though. I thought it was way better. It was way better than I ever thought it could be, honestly. I did not think it was going to be that good.
You know, this is the best slasher suspense movie. Well, maybe not suspense because of Quiet Place.
Yeah,
but this was the best
it had one
slasher movie,
sequence that
like
was
straight
really
up
good.
slasher
Yeah.
movie that has come out in a long.
Oh, I agree.
long time.
Cool, because slasher movies are so cliche now, and this
Yeah.
one is has its moments, and they kind of fourth wall break those moments.
But it's still, and maybe it's
good.
because it is a franchise that is so deeply embedded into the culture and the genre.
Yeah.
But it does feel fresher than some of the ones that
Oh,
we've
it
reviewed
does,
on the show,
for
like
sure.
Happy Death Day.
Oh,
right?
for sure,
Yeah.
easily.
And so one of the reasons the first one, and I'm sure you'll agree with me, is so great is because the way that John Carpenter builds suspense in that movie is unparalleled.
It's really good.
unparalleled.
Yeah.
And this does a pretty good job of building suspense,
agree.
which is pretty rare thing.
Especially in one scene in particular. This movie did a lot of things that the first movie did directing-wise, not action-wise, directing-wise. For example, they held on shots where you got more information than the characters got, so you know
exactly,
what was going to happen.
That was key.
It was like how Hitchcock did suspense. It was the same thing.
And that's another thing that a lot of contemporary slasher films won't do is that we just stick with the protagonist, right? But the best parts of the movie are from Michael Myers' POV.
Yeah. Yep.
Those are my favorite parts. Those are the best parts. Those are amazing.
Yeah.
Those are so cool.
You know what I really liked about this movie too is the score was it was subtle. I thought it was
wasn't overbearing.
I didn't think it was like, now this is a scary part. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's 2 parts in this movie in particular
I think
where they literally, it's just silent. It's just silent. And
which is key.
It was
and I
so
think
good.
One of the original, the Halloween theme, it's classic. Everybody knows it. And they revamp it a little in this movie. They play with it a bunch, and it works out really well. But I think originally, even like at its base, it's a more subtle theme. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not complicated. There's not much to it, but it gets the point across. Very, very successful in that. And I loved, especially being a fan, I loved not just the visual, but the audio callbacks to the original.
They had a lot.
So cool.
Yeah.
I was just, man.
I think you caught more than me.
I was turning to Joe like,
I think you
that's
caught
from the first movie. That's from,
I think you caught a little. Some of them I didn't know,
cool.
but like most of like they were. Yeah, it was cool.
Like that really. And one of the reasons, like I said, I was very worried about this movie. Danny McBride was one of the writers for this movie. You know, Danny McBride, the comic actor.
Oh no, I actually. No.
You know Danny McBride, the comic actor.
No, I
He's
don't.
in, This Is the End.
I didn't see that movie.
Pineapple Express.
Didn't see that movie.
All right.
Yeah, sorry.
He's on the HBO show Eastbound and Down. Anyways, well, like he's kind of like this goofy comic actor, right?
So
but he's a fan. He's a fan of Halloween. So when I when I heard that he was one of the writers, I was still a little skeeved, but realizing what a big fan he was, I think that a lot of this is credited to him and his co-writers, David Green and Jeff Fradley as well. Because it's really, the structure of the movie is a lot. Because with these movies, like, dialogue's not the important thing, right?
One of my favorite parts of this movie was the editing. They had a lot had a lot of match cuts, and I loved it. Because I love match cuts, and I feel like movies don't do them a lot. This movie did a good amount, and it was they used them good. 2 things I want to talk about really quick. The gore is insane. The gore is
so
wild.
gory.
I did not expect it. It was crazy. The practical effects are just awesome. And the one thing that I didn't really care for in this movie, 2 things I guess I didn't really care for in this movie. The intro sequence was so whatever to me. Like, I thought it was...
Disagree. It worked
Dude,
well.
you literally was like, they could have done that better. You turned to me and told me they could have done that better right after the intro sequence.
Oh, I was thinking, yep, my mistake.
Yeah. It just,
yep,
it was
you're
so...
You're right.
I don't know. They just could have made it shorter or something. I don't know. It was weird. But, like, they had zoom-ins. I don't know. But anyways, that wasn't great. And then also, I just, like, I don't like how I didn't care for the doctor character very much.
Oh, well,
it was just...
The angle that they took with it was different.
Yeah.
Definitely was no Dr. Loomis, because that guy, #1 in our hearts forever.
He was
Anyways,
just really whatever.
Oh, before we get to the ratings, I just want to call out the child actor Jabrail Nantambu, who played Julian.
That was so funny. That was the funniest part of the entire movie.
He was like my favorite.
He was amazing.
He was so good.
There is comedy in this movie.
Ratings,
actually.
go.
I'm gonna give it an 8 juice boxes out of 10. I thought it. I
think
was
that's
a solid
well deserved.
movie.
I think that's well deserved.
Yeah, I think that.
And I will give it a 7.5.
Wow.
Because I think that that's where it's at.
Okay.
Anyways, we're gonna be right back. I'm so excited for our throwback, the Monster Squad. You don't want to miss what's coming up next. We'll see you then.
When they test you, stand firm and move only when you hear the seatbelt click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Ready? 3, 2. Hey, well, I almost said holidays. Hey, well, happy Halloween from WNYF TV. We're really getting in the spirit here. The PR team has a nice little surprise, so enjoy that. Follow us.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
And we're back.
And we're back.
To Film Juice, we got our pumpkin still lit.
Still exactly.
Smells a little like burning pumpkin
Burning
in here,
yeah.
but it's nice. I like it.
It's a feel.
It's all the vibes of a
aroma.
Yankee Candle shop without having to pay all that money. Anyways, let's get to our throwback. I'm super excited. This movie, 1987's The Monster Squad.
Yeah.
This movie it's a kids movie. It's fun for the whole family. Let me break it down for you. This is about these monsters. They got sucked into this vortex hundreds of years ago, and now they're back. They're back. Talking Dracula, Frankenstein, the Mummy, Wolfman. Wolfman's got nards. Just a quote from the movie. So this group of like elementary school children, they're the only ones, I guess, who can stop these monsters, and they have to get this magic amulet and all this stuff. It's
so ridiculous.
It's such a fun roller coaster from start to finish.
Yeah.
So interesting thing about this, written by Shane Black and Fred Decker.
So weird.
So strange. They wrote Predator, Nice Guys.
Nice Guys is really good.
A couple other movies that you would definitely recognize and stuff, and they wrote Monster Squad.
Yeah.
That is so
Crowning
interesting.
achievement, I'd say.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Okay, going into this movie, when you explained it to me, I was so hesitant. Because I thought it was going to be one of those movies that it's like, it's so bad it's good, like The Room. I was expecting something like that. And it's not that at all. I actually really enjoyed this movie, surprisingly, like a lot. It has its issues. It has a fair amount of issues.
No doubt about it.
But the thing about the movie is, like, it's just a really fun time. And it's really it's decently made. It's like surprisingly
You know what I
decently made.
really like about this movie? The monsters actually look good. Like, they look, really good. Frankenstein looks a little weird to me because
kind of like,
I think they went for like kind of almost a too realistic vibe
Yeah,
on
he's
him.
not green
Because
at all.
flesh colored.
Yeah.
I like the green Frankenstein. I know that doesn't make any sense, but that's what we know and what.
Yeah.
But I think the monsters, and even that being said, he still looks good. The monsters, I think, just look really, really good.
Yeah, I think Dracula's the only one who looks kind of whatever. Because it's just Dracula. He's just a dude in a makeup, like very, whatever makeup.
Yeah,
He has a cape. But this movie is cheese to the max. Like that is
no doubt about it.
If you've ever,
This is like a cheesy 80s movie with Halloween. That's all it is.
This is the most 80s movie I've ever seen, I think. It's so 80s.
The 80s montage in this movie is my favorite 80s montage of any 80s montage. I highly recommend to everyone at home, go right now, run to your computers, look up Rock Until You Drop by Michael Sembello. and just dance to it nonstop.
I see,
that
like,
song is amazing. The montage is incredible.
It was good, but it didn't like jump out at me. What did jump out at me was the end credits song. That song was so good.
The first time I was watching this movie, I was watching it with my pal Sam, good friend of the show, and we had finished it. And I was like, man, the only thing that could make this a better '80s movie is if it had its own original song.
Yep.
Credits start rolling, and
so
it does.
Funny.
Monster Squad.
It's so funny.
So amazing.
I just want to talk about like the jokes in this movie. Like they're so ridiculous.
They're
like
terrible.
They're
not
so,
good. They're
okay.
the worst.
Well, okay. The characters in this movie are probably the funniest things about the movie because they're so exaggerated. Like they're so like they're characters. Like there is this kid who shows up on screen who he's a junior high kid.
We have to talk about Rudy, played by Ryan Lambert.
Okay.
With the leather jacket.
Yes.
This kid rolls up, and we're supposed to believe that he's like the coolest kid ever to grace this school. He's dressed from head to toe like a 1950s greaser. This kid, this John Travolta-looking kid, rolls up on his bike.
On his bicycle.
Skids
on this huffy bicycle.
Everybody's immediately terrified of him. It's 1987, and he is dressed like this, like he's going to a sock hop.
Funny.
And that makes no sense.
And he makes a kid eat a Snickers off of the ground because...
Yeah. Jason Hervey plays a bully who was in The Wonder Years, amazing TV show.
Oh my God! And the oh my God, what's his name? Is his name Wall? Who's
Horace?
Horace, stand up! Oh my God!
The roller coaster of Horace's character development will leave you speechless for years to come.
When he just hits that shotgun. And says that line, oh my God, it's everything.
My name is Horace.
My name's Horace. That's
just
everything.
Incredible.
It's everything. It really is. But it's really ridiculous. Like
it's completely ridiculous.
It's so like this movie is just ridiculous. But that's what's so good about it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
It's not trying to be anything else.
No,
right?
it's
like,
not.
It's not pretending like it's like.
But this movie does make me wonder sometimes. Like, well, when I was watching it, it made me wonder like if this movie came out today, what the reception would. Because the reception was good because it's an '80s movie, you know, like
exactly. That's part of the fun of it.
But I wonder if it had the same feel. Like it was literally the exact same movie, but it got released today. What?
It's an interesting
question.
Happened? I probably.
I think I would have liked it.
I don't think I would have liked it as much.
Yeah, I agree.
But the saving grace would be, if it were released today, that it is a kid's movie, and you have to take that into account.
And maybe it would have been like more of an homage to '80s. You know what I mean? Like maybe it would have been purposeful. But
maybe.
Yeah. Also the Van Helsing character in the beginning. That was so. That just was like, oh my God.
It makes no sense. Him coming.
Read it. Read! Oh,
they have to read this spell in German
and he just screams.
Take the monsters down. You know, science.
Yeah. Also, the famous line from Dracula that he says to the little girl, "Give me the amulet, you bitch."
Yeah, he says that to like this 5-year-old girl. Unbelievable.
It's amazing. I don't know. Really, the flaws are just like, I don't know. The flaws are just. It's just so it's just like not taking it's just so cheesy and like that's really what it is. It's not trying to be anything better than that. So that's like really the flaw with it. The editing's good. Like honestly, they have some match cuts in this movie. The cut when he spits out the wall when he does the spit take when he has to ask his girl about whether she's had sex yet, and when he does the spit take and it cuts right to the hops like the water like hitting, that was good. But anyways, I don't really know what else to say about this movie. It was good. I was surprised, pleasantly surprised. If you haven't seen it, which I don't think many people have, you should go.
A fair amount, but you should definitely watch it because it's really entertaining.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna give it.
It's on Hulu.
Yeah, it's on Hulu for Halloween right now.
It's really good.
So you should stream it. I'm gonna give this movie a 7.
I'm gonna give this movie a 7 too. If you want to have a fun time,
and it's short.
So
it's
funny.
Only an hour and 19 minutes.
Short. It is so short, but it's so funny and so enjoyable. I recommend it so much, especially for Halloween. So
absolutely. Very fun. All right, everybody, that is our show. we're going to be back next week.
Yeah.
So we will see you then. Thanks, everybody. We will see you next time at the movies. And fade out.
And...